Hello friends, you're watching the Cowboys Report presented by BetDSI. I'm your host Tom Downey. Let's talk about the NFL Draft and the Dallas Cowboys. NFL announced their comp picks for 2019. Therefore, we know the Cowboys' full 2019 NFL Draft picks so far, their order, and where they'll be picking in each round. So let's break it down round by round to provide some insight as to what positions the Cowboys could target as well. So again, no first-round pick. We know that Amari Cooper trade. The Cowboys' first pick then will be number 58 overall, a late round 2 selection. Their only other day 2 pick, i.e. rounds 2 and 3, comes at number 90 overall, again, a late 3rd round selection. That's the common theme throughout. You finish the season well, you end up picking late in the NFL Draft. On to round 4 then, the Cowboys have number 128, and they also have number 136. That is the comp pick, part of the Anthony Hitchens loss, which we'll break down in a little bit more in depth here shortly. Round 5, number 165, another late round pick. No round 6 pick, we'll explain why later on. And then round 7, number 241 in total. Just 6 draft picks this year for the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe some trades could be in the future there for Dallas. Now today's show is brought to you by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. Head over to chatsports.com/bet and use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Put down $50, they're going to give you $60 for free. Put down $100, they're going to give you $120. It's the best betting deal out there. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Cowboys120. Now, as mentioned, there is no first-round pick for the Dallas Cowboys this year. That was as a result of the Amari Cooper trade. Dallas at the time didn't know where that first-round pick was going to be. Slotted in at the end at number 27 overall. They dealt that away to get Amari Cooper. In the end, I think a deal that we're all pretty happy with. And I love Amari Cooper. I was worried about where that pick was going to end up being. My deepest fear was that all of a sudden it could be like a top 15 pick. Ended up not being the case. Number 27 overall. A late first-round pick for a guy that would have been the best receiver in the NFL draft class. That's a no-brainer for me. Now, that 4th-round pick the Cowboys got in the comp pick process, a direct result of the loss of Anthony Hitchens. Now, he signed a 5-year, $45 million deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a lot of money for a player that I like and should not be among the highest-paid linebackers in the NFL. Now, with the way the comp pick formula works, the Cowboys got a 4th-round pick back because he was one of the most expensive free agents to leave in free agency, believe it or not. And, by the way, they cut receiver Deontay Thompson to ensure that they got that 4th-round pick. Otherwise, it would have been 2-2 in terms of players lost, players gained. They brought in Cam Fleming as well. In the end, they're able to keep that 4th-round comp pick as projected in exchange for Anthony Hitchens, the loss in free agency. Now, which would you rather have? Type H for Hitchens and type 4 for a 4th-rounder. In terms of just knowing what you get, Hitchens probably outplayed a 4th-round value, but at his price tag that the Cowboys would have had to pay, 5 years, $45 million, give me the 4th-round pick every day. Plus, the Cowboys are better off at linebacker because they've got Leighton Vander Esch as well. Now, the 6th-round pick, that was a little bit different. That was, you got to go way back to the start of the 2017 season. Dallas sent out a pick in the next year's draft, not 2018, but 2019 draft, in exchange for Bene Benwickery, the quarterback who didn't play a lot in terms of defense, but did help out on special teams. In the end, it's number 198 overall, a 6th-round selection, goes from the Cowboys to the Bengals because Bene did hit the conditions on that pick. Basically, it was the number of games played. He did indeed hit that. Now, we sit here on Sunday. What do you do, by the way, on Sunday with no NFL? How do you fill those hours in the day? Do you sit around watching golf? Do you just watch the Cowboys Report on repeat, which I highly suggest you do? Let me know in the comment section. Feel free to DM me on Twitter as well as to what you guys do during your Sundays with no NFL. Or maybe you guys watch the AAF, which has kind of died out pretty quickly. So again, the Cowboys draft picks here, they've got 2 day 2 selections, round 2 and round 3. So before we get to free agency, which we don't know what's going to happen there, let's take a look at what positions the Cowboys could try to target with that round 2 pick and then, of course, with that round 3 pick as well. Now, some of these will get weeded out as we go along. Others still make some sense. Defensive end is one position I think is the Cowboys' biggest need right now because DeMarcus Lawrence is still a free agent. But once he gets tagged or extended, that's not a day 2 type of need. What is a possible day 2 need is defensive tackle. David Irving, a free agent, I think he's gone. Karan Reed, Dayton Jones, they're also free agents. In the end, what you need is an impact defensive tackle. Even if you bring back Jones and Reed, which is fine, that leaves you those two, Daniel Ross, a backup. Tyrone Crawford can play defensive tackle along with Antoine Woods and Lee Collins. Where's your David Irving type impact guy? He doesn't exist, at least on this roster right now. The good news is, in round 2 or round 3, the Cowboys can find some value on the interior defensive line. So, assuming you take care of defensive end with DeMarcus Lawrence, I will not be surprised if the Cowboys go with defensive tackle in round 2 or round 3. They kind of like that early round 3 range for DT, maybe with no early third round pick. They end up spending a round 2 selection on it instead. Also, a big need that the Cowboys should look towards in day 2 is receiver. Now, if you bring back Cole Beasley, you're fine. But Tavon Austin's also a free agent. Terrence Williams already out. Allen Hurns might be next. All of a sudden, you lose all those guys. You got Cooper, Gallup, and a bunch of question marks. Noah Brown, he's a number 4 or number 5. He's not a guy you want to count on for 50 snaps a game and 4 targets a game. That's not who he is, unfortunately. Cedric Wilson, Devin Smith, Lance Lenore have varying degrees of upside, but they haven't actually played much in the NFL. Not guys you really want to have there. So even if you bring back Austin, you're going to want to find some more depth at receiver. The good news is it's not the biggest need because you traded for Amari Cooper. If you hadn't done that, you probably are not drafting number 27. It's probably more like number 15 overall. And then you're looking for receiver help early in round 1, if not round 1 and round 2 or 3. So which would you rather have? Now that you know the full outcome. AC for Amari Cooper, 27 for the 27th overall pick. For me, it's easily Amari Cooper. I was worried about the actual pick it would end up being. I feared it was going to be top 15. Felt really bad after the Titans game, but it all ended up working out just fine. So again, day 2, just looking for some more impact and some more help there. What about tight end? It is a need for the Cowboys. Now, this could be addressed in free agency. My one rule, you cannot spend a round 2 pick on tight end. Not because there's not going to be a guy worth taking there, but it's cursed. The Cowboys in round 2 tight ends never work out. So just don't do it. Go look somewhere else. The Cowboys have been vocal about their desire to add help beyond just Schultz and Jarwin, who both showed promise in differing types of roles. Jeff's a free agent, might not be back. Now, one area the Cowboys could look early on day 2 or just take care of it in free agency is the safety position. The top 3 guys are all coming back in Kevon Frazier, Jeff Heath, and Xavier Woods. But you really don't want those guys in the end there because you would like to get Jeff Heath to the number 3 role, Kevon Frazier to the number 4 role. And if you bring in Earl Thomas, you're fine. Now, if you don't get Earl Thomas, maybe you want to end up looking in a different direction. There are going to be some good guys in round 2, in round 3 that could slot in, probably split time with Heath to start, and then make a big move later on and take over. So those are kind of some of your main day 2, day 3 areas to target. So which position do you want Dallas to target in round 2? Again, it's all dependent on what players are there, but if it's all equal, what position do you want? Let me know in the comment section, receiver, tight end, defensive line, safety. Let me know what you guys think. Now for day 3, the Cowboys do benefit by having those 2 4th-round picks. They can get some decent value there in the top 140. No round 6 pick, round 5, and especially round 7, a little bit more on the flyer side. So in reality, you're probably looking for depth with these picks. And the Cowboys have several spots where they do need depth. Offensive tackle, I'll mention, if someone slides, could maybe be a round 3 pick. They did it before with a guy like Chaz Green, which didn't end up working out, of course. But if you lose Cam Fleming, you need a new swing tackle. That could be a perfect round 4 pick. Running back, I think a mid to late round pick makes a lot of sense, even if you bring back Rod Smith. Go find your speedy scat back to play the Lance Dunbar type role. You can find those guys relative to other positions a lot easier in round 5, round 6, well, not round 6 for the Cowboys at least, but round 4 as well. Same with linebacker. You need more depth there. Sean Lee, we don't know what his future is going to be for the Dallas Cowboys. Even if he's back, he's probably not going to last that much longer. And yes, you've got Jalen Smith and you have Leighton Vander Esch. Damian Wilson might leave, could open up a hole at the Sam linebacker spot. Unless you really believe in Chris Covington. You have Joe Thomas. Sure, either way, you probably want one more. I'd say round 5, round 7, or if you trade back into round 6, something like that. The problem is for the Cowboys, the linebacker class this year overall is actually not that good. Maybe that's why they took 2 of them last year to help add some extra depth. Now, beyond linebacker, you can always go corner. There's no such thing as too many corners, much like edge rushers. Get some more impact help out there in terms of depth, but you're not going to spend an early round pick on the position with where you're currently situated at. Beyond corner, you're really not looking for that many types of needs there. Maybe you go with a kicker in round 7 or just go undrafted free agent. Maybe you go with another quarterback flyer type pick, but not a great class. Beyond that, I think you'll see the Cowboys maybe look to trade down, see if they can't get back into round 6 by moving down in round 4, or maybe they think they're close. Maybe they just stand pat and try to add some more impact help early in round 2 and round 3. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.